Stu got sick pre-pandemic, and then the pandemic hit, and then he passed away. And the show, we had the memorial show was not supposed to be a memorial show. It was supposed to be a bucket list show for him. It was like, hey, tell me bands that you want to see one more time. Because at that point we knew things didn't look good. And so we were trying to do all these things that he wanted to do before he had passed away. And so the Bouncing Souls were one of the bands that he wanted to see before he had passed. And so initially it was going to be, so the show ended up being Bouncing Souls, Sick of It All, H2O. And like those were the three bands that he really wanted to have on this show. And so I had reached out to all of those bands. I didn't know the Bouncing Souls at all. We knew Sick of It All, we knew H2O. They were, of course, or I didn't, we were ready to be like, just tell us what you need to play. It doesn't matter. We'll cover it. And they were like, are you crazy? Like, we're there. All the bands were like that, including the Bouncing Souls. And then this band, our friend's band Rebuilder, was going to play, they were all very good friends with Stu as well. And this was just like this dream show that Stu had put together. And he had called me and he had said, hey, I want Bane to play. And I was like, oh man, like I had not felt like playing with Bane up to that point. Like I didn't, I missed kind of being on the road with my friends, but at that point I hadn't really missed playing with Bane at all. And he was, so I was like, what, why? Like, is this because I'm part of the show, like setting up the show? Are you just asking because you feel like you have to do that to be polite? And he was like, no, I want to try to play songs with you that night. He's like, Bane was like one of the best times of my life. I would love to be up on that stage with you guys one more time. And so, we had said to ourselves, we're never going to play any shows ever again, but what do you do? When a friend asks you, you do it. And then unfortunately he had passed away just a little over a week before the show happened. And so me and the guys in Bane kind of had just a quick meeting that was like, well, at this point we weren't announced to play this show. And we never got announced, actually. We had talked, and I said, well, do we even do it? Nobody knows we're playing. It was only for him. And then his wife was like, what are you, crazy? Like, this is his dream show. Like, he wanted you guys to play. Like, you have to play it. And we were like, okay, let's do it. So it wasn't really a reunion. We never wanted to announce it because we didn't want it to overshadow what the event was. We didn't want it to become a Bane reunion. We didn't want it to be, because the Bouncing Souls, it was at this club in Boston called the House of Blues, as if you haven't heard about the House of Blues, but a big club, holds a couple thousand kids. It's the Bouncing Souls, Sick of It All, H2O, and it was going to be sold out anyway. So we didn't want it to be like, oh, it's a Bane reunion, like, and kids just trying to like fly over here to see it or something like that. So we never announced it. We never told our friends. We told I had told my parents, like, hey, we're going to play. So if you want to see us play one more time, like, this is your chance. But as far as friends knew, we had friends backstage that were just there because they were friends with Stu. And we walked out with our guitars, like, ready to jump on that stage. And they were like, what the fuck is going on right now? Like, what are you doing? And I was like, here we go, baby. And oh my God, so it was exciting, but it was very emotional. We got together one time before the show to practice, and that was the only time we practiced in 5 years. And we got done with the first song of that practice and we all just started crying. It was hard. It was hard in the sense that we hadn't played in that long together. So it was emotional there, in that aspect. But then as far as the show goes, like we got into a circle right before we played that day and we just hugged and we said, this is it. We got to go up there. Like, this is the last time we're ever going to do this again. And we fucking do this for Stu, man. And I don't want, I said to everybody, I don't want us to be up there a bumbling mess, crying and blah, blah, blah. Like, we will cry when we get off the stage. Let's just go up there and fucking kill it. And we just went up there and did our thing. And it wasn't a Bane show. So the whole place didn't go wild, but the 300 kids that knew us, that were there, that had no idea this was going to happen, made it seem like there were 2,000 kids going crazy.